Most of the time, you and I try to be funny. That rarely happens. People typically laugh at us, not with us. But I don't know. This is an opening joke that is actually quite good. But I can't steal your thunder because you found the joke, and it's all too real, but quite funny nonetheless.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, globally, our government is a laughingstock. And certainly since NDP and Liberals have formed that coalition, you know, we often refer to the government as the Liberal NDPs. But guess what? Latest polls show we got to reverse that. It looks like it's the NDP Liberals. And how embarrassing is it got to be for Trudeau to have Jagmeet Singh pass him in the polls? Oh my gosh. I mean, it is really the blind, I don't know, leading the blind, following the blind. I don't know. It's a mess, but it's good news is that I think come next election, we're going to get back on track with some leadership.
Let's hope. Let's hope. But this graph we got to hear up on the screen is the recent polling as of November 24th. And Patrick, actually, speaking of this, I heard recently that we might be going to an election sooner than expected. What are your thoughts on this? I know you're hoping for it, as am I. But any truth, any validity to this in your mind?
Well, it's all rumors, right? So who knows if there's any truth to it? I would, you know, it's all just rumors. At the end of the day, you know, my own view of it is that, you know, our current Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, is far too narcissistic and arrogant to call an election. He won't step down. He'll go out fighting. And so that's what I think, but we'll see.
Well, if as these polls, because these polls are actually showing the Liberals have lost 11% of the vote. Conservatives have picked up 7%, according to this poll. Conservatives have picked up 7% of those votes. 4% have went to the NDP. So I guess this is maybe where the news or the rumors are coming from, Patrick, because the fact is as time goes on, Liberals are just getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So if he waits to call an election too late, not going to have anything left.
It's hard not to get political when we see what's happening and what's been unfolding over the past few years. And certainly the path that we've gone down in, you know, since the pandemic, shine a light on the overreaction to things, the printing, like all of the things that have really gotten messed up, the wokeism, the divisiveness, the polarity, all just pushes my buttons. At the end of the day, we have to live with it till the next election. The good news is that this is just one of many polls, and all of the polls are trending the same direction. And that is that this particular government, and certainly more importantly, the leadership of this, you know, it used to be, JG, where I was okay with Liberal. I'm not it's not like I'm anything really hard. It's like the leadership within this Liberal government is brutal. And I think it's just bad for the party overall. And so it's not even about the Liberal government and their thought processes. It's really just about the leadership, which has just gone off the rails.
Now we're just completely off the script. But I'll tell you this, Patrick, interesting that you just said the words, you know, you're hoping that some of that divisiveness and all the stuff until the next election. Well, I've just been reading this book, which you and I are big fans of, called The Fourth Turning. The latest book of The Fourth Turning came out. I highly recommend people read this book. It's fascinating. And they're talking about this shift that you're hoping the next election is going to bring. I know you are. So am I, by the way. But they're saying this shift is not going to happen until 2030, 2032, based on the generational turnover, which is interesting. So unfortunately, the next election won't do it, and it probably won't be the one after that. It's going to be another 2 elections until that happens. We'll see, but that's what this book is predicting, and it's quite the fascinating read, I got to say.
Well, you know, if we see and learned nothing over the past several years, but certainly in the past few years, is there's lag built into the system, and everything takes time. And as much as we'd like it to shift in a hurry, the reality of it is that it takes time for things to work through the system. So, you know, 2030, 2032, none of it is actually surprising. It's a little disappointing, the reality of lag, but that is what's going to happen.
So is it fair to say you're going to be voting for the Bloc? Is that kind of what you're heading?
Yeah, okay. I don't even know where you're going with that one.
Oh, that's great.
If you like what you learned here, go to the description below and subscribe for our free Insiders newsletter, where you can also stay up to date for our upcoming events and our courses.
If you want to see more stuff like this, click here. If you want to see the entire show, click there.